Hey gang, Alan here from MyGunDB and TGGReviews.com. Today we're going to be talking about the Head Down Products PV13. It's a Provectus rifle based on the Provectus rail system we see here, the 13-inch model. And we're going to go over why this is such an incredible rifle. I actually won this rifle about 6 months ago, and it quickly became my favorite rifle next to my national match Springfield Garand. This rifle is accurate, it's comfortable, it's dependable. In fact, with several thousand rounds, I've had zero failure to feeds or failure to fires. And that's pretty outstanding considering I don't keep it lubed that well. It's a wonderful rifle, and we're going to go down to my dungeon, my work area, and we're going to take a closer look at why this is such an incredible rifle to have. Okay, so the first thing that this rifle comes with is a TI-7 stock, which is awesome. There's not a lot of play in it, as you can see, and it's very sturdy, stable stock, very comfortable with a good cheek weld on it, and it's got twin compartments on the front for batteries, and that comes standard with it. One of the things that did change up is I've got a Hogue grip. It actually comes with an ErgoGrip.net grip, an ambidextrous grip, which is actually pretty darn good, real nice and thin. But I was used to the Hogue, and because I happen to have one still sitting around with its battery compartment kit, I switched that out. I also switched out the selector switch. I have a Strike Industries 60 degree ambidextrous because I do tend to shoot left-handed around barricades while training, old habit from the infantryman days. And I have changed out the charging handle. Normally comes with a standard handle, but I've thrown a Badger Gen 1 latch on there, which is awesome, except for the fact that it pretty much tries to rip my nipple off every time I sling up, so that'll be getting changed out with the Raptor at some point. You can see here that we've got K&S anti-walk pins, which is a great addition, and it also has a built-in pretty wide trigger guard here, so it's easy to shoot with gloves on, which is really nice. And it actually has a flared mag well here, so it's easy to get mags in quick during training and real-life situations. One of the other neat things is you'll see that right here you have a cutout. With billet uppers, they tend to be pretty thick, and so getting a bad lever on there is kind of difficult. But what Head Down has done is cut out a section there so that you can mount a Magpul bad lever. Now I did try a Troy bad lever, which I do prefer, but as you can see, there's a little bit of marking here where the Troy lever was catching up. I would like for Head Down to make it a little wider so that we could use, say, a Troy or another third-party bad lever, but it works awesome for the Magpul, so I ended up with one of them. Moving forward, you have the best part of the Provectus rifle, and that's the rail system. I love this rail. It's smooth on the sides and on the bottom, and has a full-length rail running across the top, and it has these interesting rail pieces here. Now, these are nice because you can mount, say, your flashlight, you can mount your slings here. They all have a non-rotation quick detach point for a sling swivel, which is awesome. And you can see that these are ramped here. And what that ramp allows you to do is use that as an index point when you're going to go and grab your rifle, if you do thumb to the side like I do, or if you're going to go over the top with your C-grip. It's outstanding. Because there's no round the bottom, you might have a little difficulty finding a good hand stop. I use a Lanco tactical hand stop, which they call the grip stop. It is outstanding. Perfect matchup to this rifle. Mounts directly to the rail system without an actual pick-me rail on it. One of the things that I do wish was that the sling point here was over on this end. The reason being that right now as it is, if you go to mount your flashlight on the side that you're going to mount your sling to, it'll get in the way of your flashlight. They don't make a tape switch for my flashlight, and so I have to activate it with my thumb, which means if I'm going to sling up here, I have to take my flashlight and mount it on the bottom. And that puts it out of reach of my thumb, which is kind of a pain in the neck. Aside from that little detail, though, it's excellent. The only other complaint I really have is way back here again at the end plate. So I've switched mine out a while back for a quick detach point. I kind of wish that Head Down would make these standard. The reason being is that it's a very typical piece for the end user to switch out, and unlike every other piece except for the muzzle device, it takes a special tool to be able to do. And you can see that my castle nut back in the day got scratched up because they used a old style castle nut and my wrench didn't fit it. So I actually had to have somebody else take that off. Other than that little detail, this rifle is pretty much perfect. The rail is very nice and tight. As you can see, when I grab it, I can almost reach all the way around. And so you have a good C grip on this thing. It's very comfortable. It's an excellent shooter. Love it. Flipping this around, you can see the prettiness from the other side here. So again, anti-walk pins. It does come with a forward assist for those who need it. I've never once in my life needed that. Even when I was infantry, we didn't use it. We went through it with sports, but that's about it. And one of the other things is nickel boron bulk carrier group here, full auto type, which is nice. It's nice and heavy, very easy to clean. Now, speaking of easy to clean, they Head Down takes all of their rifles and they actually pre-season it with frog lube. And that makes them excellent to be able to clean quickly and easily. I love frog lube, and the fact that they give you a couple little tubes, a bunch of these, works out awesome. And the fact that it's already pre-treated makes it so much easier to deal with. And there you go. That is the PV13 rifle with Lantac Dragon on the end, I might add. And this is easily the best rifle that I have shot in a long time. Of all the ARs I've handled, this one's light, well balanced, excellent shooter, several thousand rounds without a single failure to fire. This is a beautiful gun. I love it. Wait, what do you mean I have the face for radio? Wait, let me ask that again.